Namaskar, dear devotees and friends. This month, again we have come to Nepalville, this public library. We'll be studying the Bhagavad Gita, this chapter 18, Shloka 61 from there. So let us begin with the Gita Dhyanam, the first verse and the fifth verse. You can repeat after me. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Prathitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaita Amrita Varshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambatvam Anusandadhami Bhagavad Gita Bhavateshinim Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Charnu Ramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagat Gurum. Now we are in the last chapter, the 18th chapter. It's called moksha yoga. Moksha means liberation, liberation from our desires. So that is all the bondages that we always talk about is nothing but our mental attachment to the sense objects. And as because we are not getting full satisfaction, even after being successful, we are not satisfied. There is always a craving goes on, and that gives us the tension and trouble. So that is the problem. After experiencing this, they were searching what is the cause of this eternal suffering constantly. So sometimes it is not that we are unsuccessful, we are unhappy. That's why we are unhappy. No. So even after being successful, the thing that I was expecting that I will be able to perform, I will be able to do, I can't. So that brings the dissatisfaction again. So this is the way. Then what is the way out? Moksha. The Indian religions, the Hinduism, Jainism, Buddhism, they talk about the moksha. What is that moksha? Going beyond desires. But how it is possible? When you know the truth about it, then there will be no desire. When I know actually what is this, then there will be no desire at all. So this is the way. It's a transformation. Hinduism, that is why it never goes for conversion. It's called transformation. The conversion means these are the set of rules that we follow that you should also follow. That is something like the social, political way it goes. But the spiritual thing is a transformation. You should understand it. And the moment you understand it, then there is no problem. Sometimes the parents, they try to force the child to study and he won't. Then slowly, when he or she understands that this is going to help me and gets the interest in study, then no problem. Similarly, if we understand why we should become spiritual, why we should practice religion, it solves all problems. So that's why it says the moksha yoga, after giving all this moksha. There's a very interesting subject is Bhagavad Gita. It begins with suffering, begins with anxiety, begins with desire, and also a tremendous ego. Arjuna is thinking he has understood everything. And that's why he wanted to stop the war. No, I don't like to war, I don't like to fight, it's not necessary. So he was talking like that. In the 59 and 60, the Shlokas of the Bhagavad Gita, it says, Yad ahamkaram asritya. Yad ahamkaram asritya. I am not going to fight. Who says? I, Arjuna. So I won't do that. So ahamkara, asritya. You are taking the help of your ego and you say that I won't do this. Nayotsa iti manyase. You are thinking that you won't fight. Mitraisha vyavashayaste. Prakriti stvam nyakshati. If you do not know, you'll be forced to do it. Because Prakriti, your nature, you won't be able to stop. Sometimes we think we won't do it. Sometimes some people, they come and say, Swamiji, now we are going to take the retirement and come and join. Don't do that. That will be a problem for you and problem for me too. Don't do that. Because you cannot stop. Your nature will be forcing you to do. We always driven by our nature. Some people, they write poems. They will be writing poems. You cannot stop them. If you have to know, you should not. Secretly they will do. Even if you send them to the war field, even then they will also write the poems. Kaji Nazrul Islam in our country, he was a soldier, but he used to write poems. So nature is such, they will force us. The nature will force us. That's why the 59 and 60, these are the two verses. So wonderfully he says, Swabhava jena kaunteya nibaddha svena karmana, according to your swabhava. And what is this swabhava? Original nature. How it comes? Because of your karma phala. Brother and sister, or two brothers or two sisters, maybe the twin brothers and sisters, their nature will be different. They are growing up in the same family, same parentage, same schooling, same environment, but the nature will be different. When they grow up, you will find that both they are thinking in two different ways. Why? Swabhava. And it comes from life after life, one after another. We are accumulating all our samskaras. Otherwise, all the brothers and sisters would have behaved the same way. They won't. A little bit of some family traditions they follow, but otherwise, completely different. So, Svabhava jena kaunteya osana kunti. You cannot do anything because your nature is there, it will force you. Nibaddha svena karmana kurtum na ichchasi janmohat. So you are thinking, na kurtum, I won't perform, I won't do. The ichchasi, that also useless. Korisham abhoshopita, you have to, you will be forced to do it. You will be forced to do it. You cannot stop it. So look at it. So when we are saying that we are egoistically, I am doing, actually you are not doing. Your nature is doing the work. You are just like a doll that is playing, that's all. Somebody else is going on playing. So, when you were children, this was our recreation things where the dolls, they'll be jumping, talking, so many. So that was there. I don't know nowadays it is there or not, but maybe sometime. You will feel as if the doll is telling, doll is talking, doll is dancing, doll is fighting. But somebody else sitting on the top, moving the hands and leg and everything. It's just like that. Whatever we are doing. Now today I am sitting over here in the 95th that library room and giving the discourse on Bhagavad Gita. Somebody else fixed it. and we are doing. A compelled to do. You cannot stop it. Svabhavachena kaunteya. And then on the 61 verse it says the truth. What is that? Please repeat after me. Ishvara sarva bhutanam Riddeshe Arjuna tishtati Brahmayan sarva bhutani Jantra rudhani mayaya. Nowadays, those who are visiting the San Francisco, California, they are excited seeing without driver the car. Even the cab, you are just ordering and the cab is coming, it will be there waiting for you, but no driver. So no one is there driving. And naturally it is very, and you just come and say that I like to go at so and so place, it will take you. No driver at all. So who is driving? Someone sitting in some corner. They're watching that you are asking the cab to come, and the cab. It's not that so no one is looking. Everyone is observing. Sitting in that office somewhere. You don't know. So similarly, Ishvara sarva bhutanam riddeshe. Inside, in our hridaya, inside our mind, that God is watching and He is directing and driving you to go this way, that way. Ishvara sarva bhutanam riddeshe Arjuna tishtati. Tishtati, he resides. Where? Inside the mind. Brahmayan sarva bhutani. He is making people to move around, doing and performing. And jantra rudhani mayaya. It's like a machine, jantra rudha. Jantra means machine. Exactly like the machine. The same machine that now it is going. And sometimes they say, even the robots, they're coming out on the street, they're crossing the street, delivering the things. It has been planned and just they're going. They're not human beings. But jantra rudhani, whatever they have been asked to do, and if you are going and standing before them, they will stop. They will change their course and go. And this is so unique nowadays. And naturally, though jantra, that machine is working, we are also machine. Because the Lord is residing with us, then what happens? The Lord has both, good and bad. Both the things from the same Lord. Now He says, take the good and be happy. But sometimes we make the mistake, we go to the bad things and we suffer. So He is giving both. Now it is our choice over there, what we should do. When He is mentioning, He is sitting over there and then guiding you, at the back of it, it is your karma phala. It is your desire that is also there. So because of that, some people, they are always good. They will never do any harm to anyone. They will never think about harming anyone, praying for everyone. And if it's necessary, they are sacrificing themselves. That is, this type of people are there. And there are people who will never do it. Rather, they will try to create problem for others. Seeing the suffering of others, they get entertained. Oh, it is good. They're crying, they're suffering. So these type of people are there. Why? Because again, the gunas, sattva, raja, tama, guna. That is the complication. It is not that easy. Sattva, raja, tama, gunas are there. Now, what you will accept, that is up to you. That freedom has been given to you, to the human being only. Not the animals or birds or reptiles or anything. They go according to their work. They did bad work, they have taken in that life, animal or the birds and the reptiles. And whatever they do, they're just burning down their own karma. Then they will again take the life, human life. And also the very lower grade type, that is also, their effect is very less. The more you become educated and cultured, more it is effective. Obviously, when you are educated, people expect a responsibility from you. Uneducated people, they don't know, they have done something, it is okay. But an educated person, if he is doing the same thing, the punishment will be much more because you know it, that is bad. Those people, they never knew it. So that the same way the karma phala goes. If you are a holy person, a monk, a religious leader, then if you are doing something wrong, the effect will be much more than any other person. So this goes in this way. The Swami Vivekananda said that you have to be very, very careful. That you are utilizing the religion to cheat others or for your own personal benefit. That is very bad in the name of religion. Because your effect will be much more than any other. So one should be very, very careful. Though the truth is, Ishvara sarva bhutanam hritteshe tishtati. Though the God is sitting inside me, one time that the Duryodhana said to Krishna, Krishna, you said that you are inside me. Janami dharmam nachame pravritti. I know what is good, what is righteous. But I don't feel that to do that, perform that. I don't like that. Janami adharmam. I know what is bad. But I cannot control myself. I do that. I don't know why. So he is blaming the God. You are sitting within me and you are forcing me to perform. No, here is your karma phala. The God said, no, don't blame me. I gave you both. Now it is up to you. And the children, when they are growing up, the two sons, the parents, they give the same attention, same education, same way they grow up. Then one is not listening to the parents, he is going in his own way, suffering is his because of the karma phala. They'll force him to do that. But suppose he listens to the parents, suppose he listens to the teacher, suppose he listens to the guru, he can overcome that. So that freedom is there for the human being. So karma phala, it is obvious. But at the same time, if you are surrendering to God and asking His help, God will help you. How? By giving you the right directions. You won't come directly, but He will give you the right buddhi. And it says in this way, and this, then He is mentioning in the 62 verse, He says, Tvameva sharanam gaccha sarva bhavena bharata tad prasadat param shantim sthanam prapsasi shashvatam. What you are going to gain? Why should I practice religion? Follow religion. Why should I be moral? What is the use of this morality? Because you are going to help yourself. The Swami Vivekananda, in one of his lecture, he mentioned, raised the question, why should I be moral? To suppose becoming immoral, I am enjoying. So why not? But no, actually you are harming yourself. This moment you may enjoy. Some people, they will be taking a lot of money and then they will go away. They will take loan from the bank and suddenly without paying they will go away somewhere and then you cannot catch them, you cannot give any punishment. In their life they are happy. Apparently they are happy. This moment, of course tensions is there, away from the own people and the place, but still. But that apart, every action has its equal and opposite reaction. Where it goes. But next life they will have to suffer. Surely they will suffer. But that is, we see sometimes, suddenly an ordinary person, he becomes a great hero. He becomes the head of the state. But then, again, the very egoistic way he will be behaving. You think, I am the only. Then he will fall in such a way. He will suffer, he will lose all respect. Everything will go. But we see it in the day-to-day life. And here it says, Tvam eva, therefore, sharanam gaccha, take refuge. Sharanam, take refuge, gaccha, sarva bhavena bharata. Here he is mentioning, you are the descendant of the Bharata. He never said Kunti Putra, Kaunteya, no. With Krishna, when he is addressing the Arjuna in a different names, here he is mentioning, you are the descendant of the Bharata. Bharata was a great king, by his name Bharatvarsha. So he was the son of a king, at the same time mother was raised in the ashrama. So both the traditions he learned, this Bharata. So Shakuntala's son. So Dushmanta and Shakuntala, many of you know. So this Bharata, you are the descendant of the Bharata. So obviously that good quality is already there with you. So reminding him. So why we give the name? When you call that name, it's a reminder. It's a reminder. The Sumana, your mind should be good one. It's a very crooked mind. Name is Sumana. No, that should not be. Sumana, you should be broad-minded, good mind, like that. The Indian names always carry the meaning, and that is to remind. The sannyasa name, they always give the sannyasa name in that way, so you should remember that. My name is Isha Atma Ananda. Isha means the God. Atma, the soul. The God is your soul. And therefore you should always be in joy, happiness. Isha Atmananda. Vivekananda. Viveka, discrimination, vichara. And that therefore he is in great joy. So like that, we should have that meaning always. So that says the Bharata. They don't forget that you are the descendant of the great person, Bharata. Tat prasadat param shantim. Who's prasada? Now here, prasada means some food. And in any temple you go, prasada. And we always think that either this and that. Prasada means the blessings. Food is okay. Otherwise they are coming from a faraway place, it's all this. Prasada is okay. Prasada means satisfaction, the blessings from the God. That prasada, you will get param shanti, extreme happiness. Our whole life we are pursuing for happiness. Oh, nothing else. I always say, when we were children, our parents and the teachers used to say, you should study well, become a doctor, become an engineer, become an officer, you'll be happy. And I have seen so many doctors, they ask me how to be happy. So doctor, engineer and social success is not. If you even ask the President of America, are you happy? Personally, if he says, open up the mind, you will say, how can I be? Because already 2 months over, 3 months over, times is going on, after 4 years, nothing. So no one is happy. Every time we are in tension. You go to any billionaire, they are not also happy. Why? The next look at that, he is having so many billions. I am only having 16 billion, he is having 32 billion. So naturally, unhappy. So they compare over there. They will not look down to that cap person. So always unhappiness. So what is our goal? Not to achieve the success in the society. Happiness is the goal. And that happiness should come the satisfaction. When the satisfied people are always, that is the reason it says, if you are surrendering to God, because the nature is there, nature will compel you to do, and if you are doing of your own, you are going to get back the blows, sometimes appreciation, sometimes the criticism, it will be there. So obviously, You go and take refuge in God because God is residing with you. You need not to search God everywhere. We go to every place to search for God. We go to the hilltop, we go to the here, there. The more difficult place, we think is a great holy place. If you go to some, suppose a temple is there just next door, you won't be satisfied. Same temple, if you have to go for 2 days and 16 miles you are walking, and after reaching over there, oh, it's a great holy place. No, it is nothing like that. It's just we are thinking. Because it is difficult to reach over there, we think. There's nothing there. You sit in your own room and turn your mind inside. The God is not outside, God is inside. We search God everywhere except inside. And that's why we don't get any satisfaction. People, they go, they're spending money, taking so much of risk and the suffering and all that. And when they come back, what they get? Nothing. Same old person. So, are you little better after visiting a holy place? That is the main question. I went to Kashi, Benares, and the tremendous. We were on the line, and exactly at my back there was a wrestlers. I think 6 or 7 of them. Maybe some wrestling team competition was going on. A team came. It is not their fault. The little they are moving, it is so much for us. So they moved a little, and I was thrown on the top of the Shiva itself. Oh my God. I was not hard, but I was sorry for the Shiva. I had to hold the Shiva to protect myself. So naturally, it was the blessings. Of course, I could go, and nobody blamed me. Why you were touching the Shiva? They forced me. But anyway, then I requested the Shiva that, say, I'm sorry, I touched you in this way, maybe hurting because you're falling on that. So I'm so sorry. And I will never come to you in this way unless there is an opportunity where I can come and say it quietly. And the Benares Shiva, really, I will never forget. I told, I will come regularly. From distance I will see. The top of the temple, the Hindus, they believe, the top of the temple, if you look, then that is also as if you are having the darshana of the Lord. I used to come and see that. After 2 days, on the 3rd day, one gentleman came, he's the rich businessman, and he gave 1 lakh rupee to the temple authority so that that particular evening puja will be in his name. The system is there. So he could take 1 or 2 guests. As because they are husband-wife, they were not allowed inside the sanctum sanctorium, but as well as a monk, they allowed. Your guest is a monk, you can sit here. So I got that opportunity. It is not that rich man, it is the Shiva himself. I told him, I prayed him that I should like to come and like to sit here and to see, you observe your puja, but not like this way, it is impossible. And he arranged everything. The Lord is there, God is there. And this type of prayer always will be fulfilling. But if you say, God, give me liberation, no, do the tapasya. Not so easily. And here, the Lord, Sri Krishna, is giving us the teaching, advising, Tvameva sharanam gaccha, you have to take the refuge. Sarva bhavena bharata. Every moment, in all way, you are the only refuge. Achha, a little part to Hanumanji. Hanumanji is strong, a little to Krishna, a little to Rama. No, that won't do. Sarva bhavena bharata, one God. That's why the Hindus, they have a wonderful system. It's called Ishta Devata. Ishta Devata means chosen God, chosen idol. Now, I love Sri Rama, Sri Rama. Hanumanji is the best example. He said, I know all gods are the same, but I love Rama. So there is a story, the Krishna and Rukmini, they were sitting. Suddenly, Krishna observed that the Hanumanji is coming. He asked the Rukmini to take the form of Sita, and I will take the form of Sri Rama. Rukmini told, why? He knows, we are all same. But no, he knows, but he liked to see Rama. So that is why the Krishna became the Rama and became the Sita, and Hanumanji was very happy. This is not that he never liked Krishna. It is nothing like that. He liked and he worshipped. But this is called Ishtanishtha. So when he said, Tameva Sharanam Gaccha, which God I should take refuge? Krishna, if you like, you can. Rama, if you like, you can. Any God, any manifestation are all having the same power. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna gave a wonderful example, and a day-to-day life example. He said, when a lady is married to a person and comes to the in-laws' house, she is respecting the father of the husband, brother of the husband, uncle of the husband, mother of the husband. All good relations are there accordingly. But she knows my relation with my husband is special. And that is called Ishtanishtha. I am respectful to everyone, but I have a special relation with my special God. So we don't blame anyone. And that is why you'll find anyone making any temple, but that temple will never break. That will grow and grow. Sometimes I have noticed some people, when they were working, they got a nice shaped the stone, they cleaned it, kept it under a tree, and someone came and painted the red color on that and started a temple. Then from somewhere a temple. Vijay also came and he cleaned that area, started earning money. Then the temple came out. Who are the people giving money? All varieties of Hindus. Some are very, very adapted to Krishna, some are to Rama, some are to this, some are to that, but they will never judge. Is it my God? They will never say that. But here when we came, we found that it is not like that. There is a church, and this is my church and my father, that conception. They have the members. And if they are not giving money, a donation to that particular church, they will declare close. Other people are around. They are also Christians, but they won't go to that particular church. Oh, that church is not our church. The Hindus cannot think in that way. Any temple, our temple. So they will visit all the time to all the temples. So many gods are there, no problem for them. But when they are going and offering pranam to this god, suddenly they saw Krishna and they are so happy. Oh my Krishna. Suddenly saw the Rama, suddenly saw the Durga, Kali. That is called Ishtanishtha. So here the God said, Tameva, therefore, Sharanam Gaccha. Take refuge. To which God? Any God you like. Sarva Bhavena Bharata. O descendant of the Bharata, totally, completely take the refuge. Tad prasadat, by his blessings, Param Shantim. Param means supreme, Shantim, peace. Sthanam prapsasi shashyatam. Another word he says, it's not a temporary, eternally. If you are taking the refuge to God, the God will bless you, and little shanti, the peace will come, and after a few days, no, that is won't be. Eternally you will be peaceful. Iti te jnanamakyatat guihataram maya vrimishvaitat asheshena Jatishchashi tatha kuru. Asheshena etad vimishya. You have to now, after giving this advice, it lives to you. Because you are a human being. The human being, the God has given the greatest gift, the power to discriminate, power to judge, power to understand, power to decide. That is the only gift that the human being, animals, birds, all of the creation of the God. But the human being is the best gift that has been given. Just imagine when at the creation, the primitive human being, they were strong, big bodies and strong, 100 times more strong than we are now. But still they were no compare with the dinosaurs, or the tigers, or the elephants, the rhinos. The nature gave them tremendous strong body and the power, big jaws and the paws. The human being, comparing with that, tiny little beings. No, God gave them a special thing. What is that? They could judge that. Then slowly they utilized that particular thing and saw that when the two branches of a tree are just rubbing and creating fire, they learn fire. And immediately utilized that fire. And with the fire, they were driving out the animals. Animals are afraid of the fire. With the fire, they were cooking their meal. They are keeping their body warm. They could see the light in the night also. They started utilizing the fire. Fire became a god to them. So the Hindus, they worship fire. Fire is nothing. Why the Hindus are worshipping fire? The fire is the best god. Everything oblation will be given to the fire. Fire became the first god because so much of benefit we got from that. And we have to keep it. In the South India, even today, some of the places, they will never stop burning the fire inside the room. That is called Agni Chayan. They have to continuously. If you go to the traditional Hindu temple, you will find a lamp is burning constantly. Maybe in America it is difficult with the fire, all these laws are there. But in traditional Indian temples, constantly a lamp is burning. Why? Fire. It is not necessary nowadays. It has come down and the priests, they don't understand. Chalo, they have to keep one gentleman came to our ashrama. He said, Swamiji, you don't have the light burning? I said, this is America, they won't allow us. So we cannot burn. We have to keep the fire again outside. And then again to keep that fire over there, the light, I have to make, because of the snow and the storm, I have to make another house over there. Only for, don't worry. Because that tradition has gone. Because knowledge. One thing is happening, but we go on practicing. No, you have to understand why. Now, if somebody is dead in the family, they won't allow you to go to temple. If somebody is taken birth in your family, you are not allowed to go to the temple. Ancient time, the death and birth used to happen in the houses itself. And naturally the bacteria, the hygienic, pure hygienic thing. The family members they're accustomed to that. But if they go to the temple where other people are coming, that was the only place where all the villagers used to come and they used to be in the... So contamination, that's why they used to say 13 days or 15 days you should not come. Now it is happening in hospital only. It is not necessary now. But that's because the tradition has come down. Even today, the one lady, she was telling, what is it, Swamiji, in our Lemon temple? My uncle has passed away in Bombay. And now this priest is not allowing me to enter in this temple in Chicago. I told that is because he doesn't know. He is following the tradition. But tradition doesn't mean useless. Why it is doing? So you have to use your brain. Why these? Hindus were very scientific, so understood, unnecessarily going on explaining every time the science they are teaching. No, you should not go to the temple for 30 days. That's all. After the death, should not go. But nowadays it is not necessary. You can always do that. So this is, he is telling, you have to use your brain. Otherwise, it will be difficult for you. Iti te jnanam akhyata. I am giving you the knowledge. What is religion? Knowledge. Without knowing if you are going on worshipping, it's a repetition of the same thing and without any effect. And you do not know what to do. So without knowledge, if you are performing anything, it is of no use then, useless. So when I joined this Ramakrishna order, my first job that they gave was to boil the apples. First thing I was arguing, why do we have to boil the apple? You can just eat like this. But the Swami who is coming is 90 years, 86, 87 years old. He cannot chew like that. You have to soak that apple. Now, early morning I got up. I never knew when the Swami will get up, so prepared. There was no one, and that was the first job. You know, the Indian boys, they don't wash up. In the houses, the mothers and aunties, they won't allow them to do, and never allow them to inside the kitchen. You be outside. Even they will bring the coffee and tea, all that. And this was the first thing I was doing. So I boiled 5 different types. You know, first is very hard, then second little soft, then soft, then soft. Then the Swami came, the Shivak, he came, why so many? I don't know what type of softness it is. He will take half of it and you have spoiled all the 5. So the knowledge is necessary. Without knowledge, you cannot perform perfectly. So I was rebuked for that. The 5 apples you have wasted the 5 apples. I told, well, give it. I will eat it afterwards. But anyway, that is the way you have to learn. So he says, I am giving you jnanam. Jnanam akyatam. And what type of jnana? Guhyam. Guhyataram. Not only guhyam is very subtle and subtlest. Guhyam, guhyataram. It's very subtle. If you just read the meaning, English meaning, so many varieties of Bhagavad Gita is there. Any book you can purchase and read. No, you won't understand. That's why you have to practice it. And when you are practicing it, you will understand what does it mean by complete surrender to God. When there is a work that you have done and the success has come, everybody is clapping if you know, I have done it. And after 2, 3 successes, you become convinced that you are actually the person who can do it. No, you cannot. Whatever happens, you have to surrender to God. And all the time you know, as because God is giving me the power and energy and all the things in favor of me, I have been successful. And the greatest example is Mahavir Hanumanji. Swami Vivekananda said, you must follow Hanumanji. Mahavirji. Why? He was a Jnaninam Agraganyam. Mahavirji is considered as one of the topmost Jnani. We wrongly think that Hanuman means that Hanuman of our what's called the animals on the trees. No, that is not that. Hanuman was a human being. The clan, they used to call themselves Hanumana, they used to worship like that because the mind is very, very chanchala. It's all the time restless. So to control that mind, they were yogis. So the example was the Hanumana. Hanumans are very restless. So that was the symbol, but they were not actual Hanumana. Without a human being, no one can control their mind. Hanumanji was a great yogi. He did everything for Sri Ramachandra. Sri Rama had to build a bridge to go to the other shore. And he, taking the name of Lord, jumped and reached over there. He burned and created the fierce psychosis in the minds of the enemies. So the war tactics. Now India, Pakistan. The India is constantly, we are going to come. And every day, the fear psychosis, constantly. So we are talking with them, we are having this, we are having that. And all our media constantly going on. So those people, they do not know what is going to happen. Hanuman exactly did that. Going over there, he could come back, but he didn't come back. he burnt almost the whole city. And then, sitting on a top, he shouted, "Hey, I alone could do this. And like me, thousands are coming. Wait for us." So you can imagine the way, this is a psychological warfare. So obviously, psychologically, you were 50% down. Oh my God, one person can do this. If 1,000 like him comes, what will happen to us? So he did that. And when we read the Ramayana, we find that it is Hanumana constantly supporting Sri Ramachandra. But when Sri Rama was appreciating after the war was over, this is Hanumana who fell at his feet and said, "Prabhu, please don't do that. Lord, please don't do that. When other people are appreciating me, I remember you to get rid of the ego. But when you are appreciating me, where I will go? So don't appreciate me because I am at your feet." That is called Sarva Bhavena Sharanam. Sharanam Gaccha Sarva Bhavena. And very recently, Swami Vivekananda, after he became successful and went back to India, you can imagine, he didn't fight, he gave the talks, lectures. But American lectures reached over everywhere, and particularly Indians. That was after so many hundreds of years, from 11th century to 18th century, 19th century beginning. We were under the subjugation of the foreign rules and all that. We slowly started thinking we can never become free. We don't have anything. The Britishers, they never broke the temples, but they broke our morals. Britishers never broke our temples, they broke the morals. That was more dangerous. Temple we can build, we can rebuild. But the morality through education, and your people, they are useless. Your people, they are useless, like that. Constantly for 200 years, so naturally, generation after generation, we started thinking we are useless. And that way, when we were thinking we cannot do, it is Vivekananda. 29 years young person. He stood over here all alone. He was the only Hindu in the American land, soil. And he said, "I am proud that I am coming from India," etc., etc. That rejuvenated the whole India. It has electrified the whole India. And he said, each and every one of you are dedicated at the feet of the motherland. So the new type of energy came. And all they forgot. The Britishers, they ruled India for 200 years after division. The Muslims and the Hindus first. Then the rich people and the poor people second. The educated people and uneducated people. Then the male and the female. Then linguistically, culturally, they divided us small groups. And it's Vivekananda who unified all of them. And there's a description when he first went to Sri Lanka, that was a part of India in those days. The people came and the reporter is writing, even the sunlight could not touch the road. So many people. And their heads were covering in so close they were, even the sunlight could not penetrate to touch the land. That means so much gathering. And they were everyone. All linguistic, all religious, all cultural people. Vivekananda unified them and gave them the self-respect back to them. So that was his contribution. He didn't do anything else. No political movement, nothing. But he gave them self-respect. You can do, you can do, you can do. And that is why, and when that Vivekananda, naturally people were celebrating and they were shouting, "Glory to Vivekananda," then he immediately stopped them and said, "Never say that. A power that worked behind me, if he wants, he can take this dust from this road and can make hundreds of Vivekananda like me. So if you have to say glory to Sri Ramakrishna." He was the power. Hanumanji said Ramachandra, Vivekananda said Sri Ramakrishna. They never took any credit. So that is called that Sarva Bhavena, you have to sacrifice yourself. Iti te jnanamakyatam, this is the knowledge. And this is the subtlest of the knowledge. And if you can understand this, then Jatishchati Tatha Kuru, then there will be no problem. Sarva Guiha Tamam Bhuya Srinu Me Paramam Vachaha Ishto Si Me Didhamiti Tato Bhakshyami Te Hitam. Now the Lord is giving, Acha, why I am telling you all this, Arjuna? Why I am telling you? The Arjuna may think that, Acha, why he is giving so much knowledge to me? It's not you, through you everyone. But why I am telling all this subtle thing I am telling you? Because Paramam Vacha, the supreme advice, Paramam means supreme, Vacha, advice, is to see me didhamiti. I like you. So when the God loves and how God helps? By giving proper advices. How I will know that God is really liking me? If the right thought will come, right type of approaches, right type of behavior. We will never make mistake. Because the father is holding your hand, the child will never take any wrong step. Similarly, it is not that he is standing before you and then nothing like that. All those stories that they only to encourage to worship God, all the stories are there. But how the God helps? Giving us buddhi. Buddhi yogam tadam maham. I give them a right type of understanding. And you will feel not, I should do like this. Not from egoistically. Most of the people, they will go sit before God and pray. So this is the situation, this is the problem before me. How can I solve it? Go and pray and pray and pray. Then suddenly one thought will come in your mind and you just act like that. You will say everything will be fine. And that is the God's grace. God's grace doesn't mean that He will come in the night and showing you nothing like it may happen. The blessed people they see like that. But this is the way it happened. To whom? Ishto si me. You are my beloved. I like you. Why I like you? Arjuna, he said lies. He fought with many people and he went to collect the wealth. Naturally, he had to fight with people, kill people. But Lord God, He said, among these 5 brothers, I am Arjuna. And why not Yudhishthira? Yudhishthira was a perfect sattva guni. Never fought with anyone, never told lies. He was such a sattva guni. But Pandavanam Dhananjaya, in the Bhagavad Gita he said, among these Pandava, 5 brothers, I am Dhananjaya. Why? He is a normal human being. Yudhishthira was selfish in the other way. So whatever happened. If you are suffering, you suffer. But I am not going to tell the lies. It is one type of selfishness. But Arjuna was not like that. He was all the time straightforward. It was very normal. So Krishna liked that. And Arjuna was always depending on Krishna, not Yudhishthira. Even after the war, when the Yudhishthira became the king, then he was having some questions. Krishna was standing. He didn't ask the question to Krishna. He told, I will ask this question to Bhishma. Bhishma told, are you fool? Krishna is with you. Why you are not asking this to Krishna? Well, no, you say. Because you are my grandfather, I have great respect for you. Whatever you say, I will follow, not Krishna. But Arjuna, it is Krishna. So this is the reason Krishna said, Ishto si me didhamiti and bhakshami te hitam. For your good, hitam, I am telling this. What is that? This is the best words of the Bhagavad Gita. Manmana bhavamat bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mame vaishyasi satyam te pratijane priyosi me. He is mentioning over here, therefore, you fix your mind on me. Man mana, your mind, you must fix on me. It is not the Krishna in that particular form. It is the God. Krishna everywhere. Sometimes some people, they make again the sectarian way, the small, only Krishna, no one else. Now this is wrong. The Krishna is what type of Krishna? Who is Krishna? And he, Krishna, who is everywhere. Sarvata panipadam tat, sarvata okshi shiro mukham, sarvata srutiman loke, sarvam abritta tishtati. Who is Krishna? Who is everywhere. All the heads, all the hands, all the beings that you see. It is me, Krishna. So how can you say only Krishna with the flute? If you like, no problem. Ishta Devata, no problem. But don't say that, don't go to other gods, they are all demigods. Actually, only the Krishna is the God. No. Krishna is the God for you, if you like. But when you are complaining and criticizing other gods and goddesses, you are criticizing Krishna also. He is everywhere. Yo yatham prapadyante tam stataiva bhajamaham. Wherever, in whatever way they are worshipping, wherever, in whatever way they are worshipping, all come to me. Because I am the Supreme Lord. I am in the hearts of everyone. So that Krishna, you have to concentrate on that Krishna. Krishna here is the inner self, not that particular, the form that the Lord chose to be. The Sri Rama, the same Krishna. Krishna, the same. So like that, it is the same eternal consciousness. Okay friends, then we will start in the next class from the 65. Thank you very much. So let us again go back to Gita Dhyanam, the last verse. Please repeat after me. Yam Brahma Burunendra Rudramaruta Stunnanti Divyaistavai Vedai Sangha Padakramopanishadai Gayanti Yam Samagaha Dhyanavastita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yogino Yasyantam Navidu Sura Suragana Devaya Tasmai Namaha. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tatsat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu